Your phone buzzes. You already know it's probably nothing. A notification, an app update. Someone liked a photo you posted 3 days ago, and yet your hand moves before your brain finishes that thought. You pick it up. You check. Why? The easy answer is that phones are addictive by design. That's true, but it's not the real answer. The real answer is far stranger. Your hand isn't reaching for a screen. It's reaching for something that kept your ancestors alive for hundreds of thousands of years. You just don't recognize it anymore because it's wearing a different costume. Picture a small group of early humans, maybe 40 people, moving through tall grass on the African savanna. There is no supermarket, no stored food waiting in a pantry. Every single day, someone has to go looking. Roots under the soil, berries hidden behind leaves, a rustle in the brush that might be a rabbit or might be nothing at all. This is called foraging behavior, and it shaped the human brain in a very specific way. Anthropologists studying hunter-gatherer societies have found something surprising. Foragers don't search randomly. They search in bursts. They check one patch, get a little reward, then move to the next patch, hoping for a bigger one. Sometimes they find nothing. Sometimes they find everything. And that unpredictability isn't a flaw in the system. It's the engine of the system. Here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't reward you for finding food. It rewards you for the search itself. Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz spent years studying dopamine, the brain chemical everyone blames for addiction. What he found wasn't what people expected. Dopamine doesn't spike when you get a reward. It spikes when a reward is uncertain, when you don't know if it's coming. The chemical isn't a pleasure signal. It's an anticipation signal. Your brain lights up brightest in the space between wanting and knowing. Sit with that for a second. Uncertainty is the trigger, not the prize. Now go back to your phone. Every time you unlock it, you don't know what's behind the screen. Maybe a message from someone you like. Maybe nothing. Maybe a like on your photo. Maybe silence. Your brain cannot tell the difference between checking a berry bush and checking a notification screen. Both are patches. Both might be empty. Both might be full. And your ancient dopamine system treats them exactly the same way. In the 1950s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner ran an experiment that accidentally explained your entire relationship with your phone. He put pigeons in a box with a lever. Press the lever. Get food. Simple enough. But then he changed the rules. Instead of rewarding every press, he rewarded presses randomly. Sometimes the pigeon got food immediately. Sometimes after 10 presses. Sometimes after 50. What happened next surprised everyone. The pigeons didn't press the lever less. They pressed it obsessively. Far more than the pigeons who got a reward every single time. Skinner called this variable ratio reinforcement, and it turned out to be the most powerful behavioral pattern ever discovered. Slot machines run on it. Social media runs on it. Your notification screen runs on it. You are the pigeon. The lever is your lock screen. And nobody had to teach you how to press it. But there's a second ancient system working alongside the dopamine loop. And this one isn't about food. It's about people. For most of human history, survival depended on your group. Not loosely. Literally. A human alone on the Savin Ray 10,000 years ago was a human who was probably going to die. No claws, no fangs, no thick fur. Just other humans watching each other's backs. Because of this, the brain evolved an intense, constant hunger for social information. Who likes me? Who's angry with me? Did I say the wrong thing? Am I still part of the group? Psychologist John Cacioppo spent decades studying loneliness, and what he found was unsettling. Social disconnection doesn't just feel bad, it registers in the body almost like physical danger. Isolation raises stress hormones. It disrupts sleep. It quietly convinces the ancient parts of your brain that you are exposed, unprotected, vulnerable to threats you can no longer see coming. Your brain was never designed to distinguish between being cast out of a tribe and simply not getting a text back. So when your phone buzzes, two ancient systems fire at once. The forager, hunting for a reward that might not be there, and the tribe member, terrified of being left outside the circle. Neither system knows what a phone is. Both of them think it's 60,000 years ago. Here's the twist, though. Modern app design didn't invent this. It just found it, studied it, and industrialized it. Every pull to refresh gesture mimics the unpredictability of a forager checking a new patch. Every red notification badge exploits the same threat detection circuitry that once watched for a rival tribe approaching. Every autoplay feature removes the natural stopping point your ancestors relied on, the moment when a berry bush ran dry, and it was time to move on. Your phone never runs dry. That's not an accident. That's the entire business model. Think about how strange this actually is. You are not weak-willed. You are not lacking discipline. You are running 6 million-year-old software on hardware that was engineered specifically to exploit it. The people building these apps studied psychology labs, dopamine research, and behavioral conditioning, and then built machines faster and more unpredictable than any berry bush or any tribal rumor mill ever could be. Your ancestors checked a bush and sometimes found nothing. You check your phone and it never fully stops giving you something. A number, a red dot, a tiny flicker of maybe. And your brain, the same brain that kept a small band of humans alive on an unforgiving savanna, cannot help but respond. So what do you actually do with this? You can't switch off 6 million years of evolution, but you can recognize the shape of what's happening to you, and recognition changes the game. When your hand reaches for your phone without thinking, that's not a character flaw showing up. That's a forager, still searching, still hoping the next patch is the one, still checking whether the tribe still wants you. Some researchers now study this directly. They've found that simply removing the red color from notification badges, switching them to gray, reduces the compulsion to check. Not because the information changes, because the visual cue that mimicked threat and reward gets duller. The forager stops noticing the bush. None of this means you're broken. It means you're ancient. Every time you catch yourself scrolling without knowing why, you're watching a system built for survival on the savanna, still running, still vigilant, still convinced that somewhere behind the next patch, the next post, the next notification, there might be something your life depends on. Tonight, your phone will buzz again. You already know it's probably nothing. And your hand will move before your brain finishes that thought.